So today we're going to look at the overhead deep squat. In your golf, this is really, really important. A lot of people, I think it's almost 100%, people who struggle to overhead deep squat will early extend in their downswing because they won't be able to maintain posture. With our overhead deep squat, it's about being able to maintain the bar above your head and drop into a deep squat. So coming all the way down and then back up again. So if you struggle to do this, it could be due to an upper body issue, it could be due to something to do with your hips and your core, or it can actually be something to do with your ankles as well. So we're just going to go through a few exercises, break the squat down and give you a few exercises that will help with all of these areas, and then hopefully you will be able to deep squat. So first up, we're just going to look at the calf muscles. And a lot of the time we have lots of knots in them, and if we've got a knot in the muscle, it can restrict the length of the muscle when we're trying to use it. So you can either use like a little cross ball, a spiky ball, you can use a foam roller, or these are quite handy as well. And what we're going to do is we're just going to roll out through the calf, trying to find any spots that are particularly tight and knotted, and just try and work them out. And I would sort of spend a few minutes doing one calf, getting all the way around it. I quite like these because you can sort of get right the way around the calf, and then I would switch over. So next up, we've just got a simple calf stretch. You can do this sort of holding onto either a golf club, or if you're holding onto a golf cart, just make sure the brake's on. And then what you're going to do is have your feet in a split stance position, and then we're just going to stretch through there. So we're just going to bend the knee slightly till we can feel the stretch, keeping the heel on the floor though, and just hold for about 30 seconds. You don't want to feel pain, you just want to feel the stretch, okay? If you feel pain, stop. And then switch the legs over and then go with the other side. And it will particularly hit the soleus muscle in your calf, which is really, really beneficial to stretch out before you play golf. So the next exercise we're going to do is, if you struggle to get any depth in your squat, what you could do is this squat progression. So if you take a dumbbell, don't go anything too heavy, and then what we're going to do is we're going to use the dumbbell almost as a counterbalance. So as we go down into the squat, it's going to help you get the depth, because some people, when they get down to the low position, they'll almost feel like they want to sort of topple over, they don't have the balance, and this is just going to help us get used to being down in that position. So we're going to hold the dumbbell out in front, and then we're going to squat down nice and low to here, come back up. And if you do sort of 4 to 5 like this, then what we're going to do is, once you get to about number 5, we're going to come down, hold it there for a second. Now, I want you to put the weight down and then try and come back up without the weight. Be warned, if you're not used to being there, the chances are, and you're struggling with your balance, when you put the weight down and you go to stand up, you may fall backwards, okay? So just be careful there's nothing around you. Keep practicing it and it will get easier, and you will start to be able to put the weight down and then balance and come all the way back up again. If you keep practicing this, hopefully the idea is then we don't need the weight and you can just squat down and then come back up without the use of the weight. So once we've worked on the deep squat, we can then work on the overhead section. So if you're struggling to maintain the arms overhead, what you can do to practice is we're going to come down into your squat. So we're coming down to here, then we're going to one arm up, bring it back down, other arm up, both arms, and then stand. So we're coming down, one arm up, other arm up, both arms, and then stand. It's quite a difficult exercise, but it's going to really, really help with your overhead squat. And last up, we are going to do some overhead squats, but using a band. So the resistance band is going to make it a little bit harder. So once again, this is slightly harder than the exercise we've just done. So I'm going to stand on the band, take the arms up, and then we're going to go into our deep squat position, maintaining the arms above the head. So coming down, and then back up. And then back up. Obviously, the thicker the resistance band, the harder the exercise is going to be. So obviously I'd start light, and then you can always go to a slightly heavier one, but I wouldn't go too heavy. So that was the overhead deep squat progressions that can help you with that movement. And as I said, really, really important in the golf swing. A lot of people who can't overhead deep squat will early extend in their downswing. So really, really, really vital to look at that area, and it should help your golf. If you like this video, you can check out some more of my videos on the Precision Golf YouTube channel. Hit the like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next week.